Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. If you haven't joined us before, we do a show every Monday. It's called Mailbag Monday. Welcome. And we do one on Thursday. And we live in the Villages, Florida. We're retired. We've been retired since 2011.
Woo!
Can you believe that? 12 years we've been retired.
Yeah.
But we didn't move to the Villages until 2018. We were 62 years old when we moved here. Since then, our mission has been to bring you all kinds of information.
Yes, we have a good time, and on Thursdays we bring you ideas like golf cart rides, places that we go to, out and about. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll do some interviews and things like that. So if you're a first-time viewer, welcome. If you're one of our old returnees, thanks so much. That's the reason we do it. We keep doing it. We do it for you. But today we have an exciting show, and I want to tell you about a golf cart fire down in Brownwood.
And do couples that retire down here in Florida, do they get tired of each other?
If you're a snowbird, is there a maximum number of days that you can legally stay here?
And is it overwhelming losing neighbors and friends to old age?
All that and more. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
A reminder that we'd love to answer your questions. Just send them in to our email address, villagesnewcomers@gmail.com, and we will put them on the show if it's a topic of interest to most people. And sometimes it's a repeat. You know, we've been doing this almost 5 years.
Wow.
So almost every question is a repeat. You've heard the old saying, there's nothing new under the sun. It's kind of that way with our show, but we have viewer turnover because once people move here and they're so busy playing pickleball.
Yeah, some people don't watch anymore. Shame on you.
Yeah, but that's the reason. And send your questions in and hopefully we'll get to them on one of our future shows. If you'd like to send a video question, we would love to get those. We're running low on them. In fact, turn your camera horizontal, put it on a table, send us your question, about 30 seconds. And if it's a question that pertains to most people, you know, you're probably going to see it on our show down the road. Thanks to everyone that watched our live show on Thursday. We had a good time.
We did. I didn't have too many bloopers.
It went really smooth, and we had an expert on roofing. And he's going to come back and we're going to do a whole show.
That'll be great.
With him. It's going to feature lots of good information. And, you know, it's a hot topic with the insurance and everything. And we hope you enjoyed that bonus video on Saturday.
Yeah.
It's nonsense, wasn't it? But I'm sitting on my front porch with a bird whistle. And that's a lot of fun. And, you know, the point is, you know, even if it's goofy to everybody else, if you like it and you're having fun, do it. And that's what, you know, my neighbors must look over at me and shake my head and,
Yes.
when I'm out there blowing my whistle. I know she won't sit out there with me when I'm doing it.
Noisy.
Our viewer video question of the week. This one is from Matt and Polly down in Texas.
Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Polly.
And
that's-
is Berkman.
That's Berkman. And we live in San Antonio, Texas. We are considering moving to the Villages. We were wondering if there were any villagers out there who have special needs adult children living with them. And if there's any kind of programs or caregiver support, meetings, etc., in the Villages for those adults and the special needs adults. Thank you. And we'll see you when we get there.
Matt and Polly, great question. We have got some information, and that is from Mike Koss. He has a website that can help you out with that. And there's so many things for special needs children to do here in the Villages.
There are lots of adult children, as she said, living with parents here in the Villages. I mean, the parents may be 55, 60, 65 years old and have a 40, 45-year-old person with them that needs extra help. So it's not uncommon. We see it all the time.
We do.
And that website she referred to, I'll put it in the video description as well. But you won't be alone. Don't worry about that, Matt and Polly. I think you could be confident, and especially after you reach out on that website, maybe get some support. You know, Linda observed something the other day. What'd you see?
I was in the car going to one of my water aerobics classes, and I was in shock because there was a golf cart that was riding in the golf cart lane beside me. on the right of my car, of course, and driving, and all of a sudden, right in front of me, that cart did not look and did a left turn right in front of me into another rec center. And I was in shock. And the lady next to me, we both were about screaming, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." People, you have to be careful when you're driving the golf carts and you want to turn left.
There's more to it than being careful. If you watch our show,
Sure.
we've told you never turn left from the golf cart lane. That golf cart lane is on the far right, then there's a traffic lane, and you want to go that way, you have to merge right in the middle of that car lane. And you put on your signal, you stick out your arm, then when it's safe, you turn left.
Yeah.
Don't be one of those guys. We see it occasionally, and she happened to catch it. So there you go. Be safe in that golf cart. We've seen golf carts hit and rammed and turned over. We don't want that to be you
That was
or
a
us.
scary day.
Yeah.
This question is from Donald and Lisa from upstate New York. I like to decorate my lawn for Christmas. I know I cannot have my blow-ups like I do here in New York, but am I allowed to put some lights on the house, on the roof lines, on the windows? Absolutely, you can decorate no matter what. You can have those blow-ups. We know a yard that has probably 10 to 15 of them in their yard, just down the street.
Yeah, now she's not talking about Vinny. You guys know
No,
Vinny.
yeah.
Vinny does every major holiday.
Yes.
His yard is like a major museum of Halloween or Christmas or Valentine's Day or 4th of July. And he has things life-size and 2 times life-size. She's talking about another home close to his that
Yes.
has the giant blow-up Santa Claus and
Oh, yeah.
Frosty the Snowman and that sort of thing.
Snoopy
There's
on
a
the roof.
time limit, Snoopy. There's a time limit. You can have it out there, but you can do it here, and no worries about that.
No.
You'll find that the Villages is one of the most holiday celebrating places you can find.
That's true. That is true.
Nancy, New York Nancy, in fact, she writes a question. If I get to buy, I'd be a snowbird. Is there any minimum mandate of length of time that we must spend there? For example, do we have to be there at least 4 months per year, etc.? Nancy, you don't have to spend any certain time here. In fact, you could own a home here and not spend any time here. Most of the snowbirds spend 6 months. Some of them spend a day or 2 days or 3 days less or more than 6 months here. But there's no written rule about it at all.
No.
Unless you're like our friend Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley's from Europe. He lives in England half the year. And there are strict policies, I think,
Yes.
for Canadians as well, and probably other countries, how many days you can spend here. But as far as the Villages goes, there are no set times. We have dear friends
Yes.
that are snowflakes. And by the way, the definition of snowbird and the definition of snowflake, you're not going to find any official terms relating to those. Those are just, what do you call it, affectionate
Terms of
nicknames
endearment.
that we give. But the snowflakes come here for a month, go home for 3 weeks, come back for a week, go home for a month. No set terms. You can live here as much or as little as you want.
That's right. This is from Phil. Do you find yourself constantly getting bad news about your aging neighbors? It seems like you'd be going to a lot of funerals. We do hear about neighbors and friends that are having trouble with their health and going downhill, as if we all will. We're at that age. So we hear about it, but many times the funerals are back home in their home states with their families, or there's a small visitations, but we haven't been to too many funerals. In fact, probably haven't been to any.
No, 'tis better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all.
That's right.
We were notified that there was a golf cart fire in Brownwood. We don't know what happened, but luckily someone was there with a camera and they sent us this video. Wow, you can see it. That is a raging inferno.
Wow.
And our first responders were there, the fire department, and they put out that fire. We actually have a contact in to someone in the know that is going to look up the particulars, because we want to know, was that a gas cart or was it an electric cart? What caused that fire? Because we all have golf carts here. We don't want that.
No.
But let me tell you, if your golf cart ever catches on fire, get away from that thing.
Yes, absolutely true.
You know, I guess the smart people have a fire extinguisher in their cart. But this was out on this West Torch Lake Drive in Brownwood.
Right.
So I'm thinking it was a gas cart. They said the firemen were washing some kind of flammable liquid out of the gutters. So that would be gas, and your electric carts wouldn't have gas. But we'll try to find out the scoop on that and let you know, because that is a topic of super interest to all of us.
This is from Cheryl. Do I say that? Please say no. I saw on the news that somebody found a snake in a bunch of bananas. Has that ever happened to you or anybody you know down there?
Unfortunately, no, that has never happened.
Unfortunately.
As you know, if you watch us, you know, 99.9% of the snakes are harmless. They're non-venomous. And I used to run a little nature center when I was a young man, still in high school, in fact. And I had all kinds of snakes in there. And I like them. You know, they're not slimy, they're not slippery, they're not mean, they're not aggressive. But some of them do bite. But I would love to find a little batch of bananas with a small python in there or something. Wouldn't that be fun?
Where are these bananas? Are you in the grocery store or are you
Yeah.
in somebody's field?
They pick them in Nicaragua or wherever, and they send them to the United States in a giant crate, and somewhere there's a little snake hiding in there. So I know you're all going to check your bananas from now on, aren't you?
Well, my bananas are going to come from the grocery store in the store, all nice and displayed, and it's been handled so many times. I know there's not going to be a snake in those.
Maybe we could go through that display and see if you know any.
But maybe if you go to a farm stand. But still, I don't think so.
No, we've never encountered anything like that. Thank you for the question.
No.
This is from Pat and Ed, Wichita, Kansas. They say they know that there's corrosion on metal in Florida because of the salt in the air. Is it bad where you are? You're not that close to the ocean, are you? You know what? That's something to think about.
Yes,
It would have been worse years ago when the cars actually had metal in them.
that's true.
Now they're largely fiberglass, but
Yeah.
no, there are parts on a car that can rust if they're too close to the salty air, but we're not.
No.
We're a good 70 miles from each coast, probably, give or take. And they say they don't make cars like they used to. They make them better. These cars, we had cars in 1980s
Yeah.
that they were rust buckets, and they were less than 10 years old.
They did right.
Our first car was a Datsun. Remember that?
Datsun.
210 wagon.
Yes. Yes.
And it was the ugliest little family car you ever
he
saw.
taught me how to drive the stick shift. That was a
5
stick
speed.
shift. It was a 5-speed, and he taught me, and we didn't argue that much, did we?
I'd say we kept that car 7 or 8 years and
Yeah.
traded it off. And it had rust all over it from
did.
Indiana.
It did.
So,
Yeah,
nope,
yeah,
we
yeah.
have not seen any evidence of rust here.
No. This is from Kenny and Arlene. Living together in a retirement community, do you get on each other's nerves? I'd think you'd be pretty sick of each other. I know I would. That's why I make the missus work. I hate it when he combs his hair down. Put it over to the side.
He's always criticizing my hair.
Can't stand it when he leaves his dirty dishes on the kitchen counter.
I hate it when she criticizes my driving. I'll tell you what, if you've picked the right one, I want to share everything I do with her. One time I won, I wouldn't call it an award, but okay, let's call it an award. And I got to go to the American Wilderness Leadership School, and that was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
But when I got there, all I wanted to do was, I was sorry that I couldn't share it with her. So now I want to share everything with her.
Yeah.
And I went to Tokyo and stayed there a month with another deal.
Another group of teachers.
And the whole time I was saying, boy, you know, I wish I could share this with her. So that's what we're doing here in retirement. We're sharing every day together.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, I get on her nerves sometimes. That's why she volunteers and she plays cards several days a week, and you know. But we have a great.
No.
Yeah.
No, we do have a lot of fun together, and that's the best part, I think, of Florida now for us is we have grown closer since we've been here. we just have.
Well, then sometimes she says to me, don't you want to go do anything with your friends? And I'm saying, well, I'm editing this video. You really should get out of here more often. Okay, what is it? Come on. But no, we have a great time, and that's what we love about retirement.
Yeah.
We're doing things we wanted to do our whole life with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
We had
Yeah.
baseball practice and basketball practice and wrestling
gosh.
practice and soccer
Yes.
practice
Yes,
and
life was so
band
easy.
practice. And now we're enjoying it. I think you will too.
Yeah, you will too.
Another question came in this week. Actually, our daughter-in-law sent it. It was more of a, what's up? Why are there no love bugs? Love bugs typically come twice a year, in the spring and in the fall. In the spring, they came pretty solid. Not like last year. Last year, they really splattered our car bad.
Ah.
This year, it was bad, but not so bad. But this fall, we hardly saw any. I saw some about 2 weeks ago. Very few. Now, love bugs, they don't bite, they don't sting.
Yeah.
All they do is mess up your car.
Yeah.
So you got to keep
Yes.
them clean. A wet dryer sheet
Yes.
is what people recommend for that. But hardly any this fall. You can notice them. They're like the two big ants, flying ants that are stuck together all the time. That's why they call them love bugs. They're loving on each other. And I don't know. I don't know why we didn't see many in the fall. You know, back in Indiana, sometimes a hard winter.
Yeah.
And we had a hard winter this past winter.
Yeah.
Maybe that did something to the population of love bugs. But I hope it didn't kill them all out, even though they're a pest. Because they're necessary for that, what do they call it, the circle of life?
Circle of life.
You know, something eats those and needs to eat them, and then it goes on and on. So, yeah, they're here, and they'll be back next spring.
Yeah. Time to stay out and about. What? You ain't neither.
Well, love bugs typically.
Blibbly.
30-second.
He said just film us. They have a video question, they're going to film us. That's just how it goes. Just need a hug, actually. It's time for Out and About.
We recently went to one of the, what I consider to be upscale places in the villages.
It wasn't KFC, and it wasn't
No.
McDonald's, sorry.
Well, you know, for me, Steak and Shake is a little bit upscale.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
But it was Wolfgang Puck, and it's at the Brownwoods Hotel and Spa. And we went there with some friends of ours. We had a great time. Craig and Rose Marie were with us. And once you walk inside Wolfgang Puck, you can tell it's a classy place.
It's beautiful. The bar area has all those glass doors with all the wines in them. It was beautiful.
They had all their stools lined up just the right way. Did you see that?
Must have measured.
Yeah, it's very nice, very nice. So we went in and I ordered a French dip with onion rings.
Yes.
Real good. Love the au jus. And you just dip it in there. And there's so much meat on that sandwich. The brioche bun.
Oh yeah.
I hate it. I hate brioche buns. You gotta hold them tight. You gotta rip it off.
You gotta
I
rip.
like soft bread like the Texas Roadhouse. You know, that's the kind of bread you need. I need a bun about this big of Texas Roadhouse, and put that
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be great.
and dip it in the au jus. I like to say that.
Now you
Yeah, oh yeah.
little French. Oui, oui.
By the way, you might notice we probably look a little bit different. I got one day more whiskers and my hair's a little different because our audio kicked out. So we're refilming all this again on the second day.
Yeah.
Only the second half of the video.
Just a second half.
She was mad about this.
I was not
She was
happy.
mad.
I was stomping around.
She was. But anyway, we want to do it right. There was too much crackling and popping, even though we were really woody. And just take my word for it, it was really good. So we hope we do it again. So I had the French dip, loved it. You had?
Yes, I had a smoked turkey sandwich, and talk about the meat on that. It was just really thick. I mean, I could hardly bite. And it had, what was it? The avocado and bacon on it, too. It was delish. I'm not sure. I think I had onion rings on mine. I don't know. Anyway.
And Craig, he had spaghetti and meatballs,
Yep.
which was tasty. He shared one of his meatballs with me. It was delicious.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was not a red sauce meatball, which are like this big, like you can
Red sauce
baseball
meatball is A+.
But it was good. It was
Yeah.
The taste was good.
And Rosemary had a big Cobb salad. It
Oh
was
yeah, that was a work of art.
delicious.
Look at that thing.
Okay.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was.
The waitress, is that what you call them?
Yeah,
Is it
table
server
server.
now?
She was
Is that-
amazing. She was amazing.
Very good,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
But I wanted to mention this when we finished. I was filming around and looking, and I went back to where the chef works, and he had laid up a couple of things on the counter. They looked very different to me. They're not my cup of tea, but they were awesome. And I asked, could I film those, please? I know I'm really recording. It's a video.
Yeah.
And the lady said, I'm not sure. Let me go ask the chef. And the chef came over and he says, absolutely, film it. He said, in fact, this is for a private party. It's not actually part of our menu.
Yeah.
He said, how about if I fix you up with it? And he was going to give me a taste of something really special, but we were already finished. We were about to go out the door.
Yeah.
But what a nice chef and a great place. And I think we'll go back
I do
because
too.
I want some of those potato crisps.
Yeah.
Those babies were so good.
They were good.
Oh,
It's a
that's
great
awesome.
place to go. Wolfgang Puck, please go. You will really, really like it. Upcoming entertainment. Well, there's a lot of entertainment here in the Villages. You are just not going to go without a night being entertained by music or by festivals or just every corner you're going to find something to do in restaurants or karaoke, you name it, it's there. But we want to kind of plug a couple of things this fall are the festivals. The festivals are showing up right now. It's called the Heritage Festivals. We just had one in Brownwood, and the next one is October 13th. At Spanish Springs, and that's where you're going to have the different heritage. You're going to have dancers. You're going to have the Villages twirlers, and the cheerleaders are going to be there, and probably some stilt walkers. I don't know, but you are going to enjoy that. Please try to go to one of the heritage weekends.
All right, and with that, I think we'll move right into the puzzle for this week. Last week, the clue led you to the Market of Marion. Yeah, and that's a good place. It's a huge flea market.
You can get lost in there. It's a really cool place.
They
I
sell
like
golf
it.
carts
Yeah.
and golf clubs and plants, and she likes to get that spandex stuff.
I do the little jogging shorts and stuff, but they also have fresh produce, and it's great. You'll see
Marion.
lots of good
Market of
produce
Marion.
there. Mm-hmm.
And this week we have a different puzzle, and I think this is going to be a little bit tougher. Today, this one, the clue is, see you when you get here later. Good luck with that, and if you get the answer, if you think you figured it out, let us know you figured it out without telling us the exact answer.
It's time for that sweet and salty. I think I'm going to take the sweet, Jerry.
All
I
right.
like doing the sweet. This is from KLMJRM 2009. My husband and I are far from retiring, ages 42 and 48, plus a 13-year-old and 7-year-old. But I'm fascinated by your videos and have been bringing them all, binging them all recently. I just adore the two of you, your banter, wit, and adventures. Wow. 42 and 48, that is not close to retirement. You got a few more years, but boy, you will love it. Come on down.
Well, you say it's not, but I remember when she was 40,
Oh, yeah.
she gave birth to our youngest son.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, good grief, I'll be 58 years old when he graduates from high school.
We'll be in wheelchairs and crutches.
Yeah, well,
we
guess
thought.
what? That was 9 years ago. So
was
that
retired.
time flew like that. It'll fly for you too.
Yeah.
And you'll be down here with us. I just hope we're here to greet you.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Thanks for watching, and thank you for the compliment.
Yeah. And here is the salty comment. This is from Beverly Mogensen. And she says, I counted 2 spelling mistakes in your typed questions you read out. School teachers? Beverly, I hate to tell you this, but you forgot to put punctuation at the end of your comment. So watch out for that in the future. But actually, when people send us these questions, I don't correct their grammar. I usually just take a screenshot. Sometimes I have to retype them if it comes in, maybe on a different format. But usually I just
Take it
screenshot,
right.
boom, put it on there.
Post
And
Yeah.
people make mistakes. And if you do voice to text like I do,
Oh, yes.
it's liable to come up with anything.
It's true.
And punctuation is funny on there. So we're never critical of that because we all make mistakes, except for you, Beverly. Oh, no, wait, you did. So sorry. Time for shout outs. We want to recognize the friends of our channel. You see their names scrolling up there. This doesn't mean they gave us a gift. It doesn't mean anything except that these are people that promote our channel. They like our channel. We like them. For some reason, they've done something in a positive way, and we put their name up there. And we just love when you guys interact with us.
Yes,
So thank you so
yes.
much.
Yeah, so many kind cards and remarks, especially this time as Gizmo's passed. But we just really appreciate all of you.
Yeah. And I want to tell you all that we have been in the works of getting a website for a long time. But we've never pulled the trigger because I don't know how to do a website. But we have a very nice lady named Brenda. Brenda Jansen is putting one together for us. And when you go there, you're not only going to get highlights from our channel, both on Facebook and YouTube, and links to those. You're going to get a list of contractors that we use and that we approve of. Not people that pay us. We don't really have any paid sponsors. But people that we think will do a good job for you. And we will not put them on there if we don't approve them. But that'll be on there. We're going to have our Amazon page on there where the products we use, like maybe the little air pump out there. Well, there's just a whole bunch of them.
Sure.
And we're going to have our favorite videos listed and some bloopers. So we think it'll be a fun place to visit. We'll let you know as soon as that comes out.
Right. Well, here's a picture of Jack, Wanda, and Daxton holding an alligator. Always a high point in visiting Florida.
That's right. When you go to these airboat rides, sometimes they will have an alligator. It's small usually,
Small.
although that's a pretty big one. And they tape its mouth shut.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, just to avoid any mishaps.
Sure.
But that's a high point of a visit to get your picture taken with an alligator. Garrett and Lisa were just here for a lifestyle visit. That was their first one, they said, so I guess it means they plan on having number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you can take 2 lifestyle visits, but the second one you won't get all the bells and whistles that you had on the first one, but you'll still be staying in a first-rate accommodation.
True.
And they posed in that tunnel of trees. We love that place, don't we? Up by Saddlebrook.
Beautiful.
And that second shot here, that's at Cody's. That's up on the water at Sumter Landing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place.
Well, here is Megan Shackelford, and so she sent us this picture of her parents, Dean and Trina. And they, after coming to the Villages for 45 years, they finally pulled the trigger and bought a home in Sanibel. And here they are together with Megan, and she is going to be visiting the Villages quite often now.
Yeah, man, if they've been coming for 45 years, they were here when Harold was putting it all together, so that's a long time.
That is.
They probably know a lot, and I'll bet they've been amazed by the growth. I know I have.
Sure.
And here's Jackie and Bob. Now, these are great people. In fact, they went on our first cruise, didn't they?
They sure did.
Really nice, and she presented us with that beautiful picture
Oh, can you see
of
it back
Gizmo
there?
back there.
It's that diamond art painting. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, they are super nice people, and we're proud to know them.
Now, Stan and Linda were snowbirds for 10 years, and they made the trip back and forth from Michigan, but finally they decided to come down and make their life full-time here in the Villages. And they're going to have fun every day, just like us.
Wow. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Be sure and tune in on Thursday because we're going to have a nice show. I still have a couple of choices of which one we're going to bring you then, but I think it's going to be either a golf cart ride in a beautiful premier neighborhood, another beautiful premier neighborhood, or we're going to do a bicycle ride. So keep that in mind for Thursday at 7 a.m. We're going to have that out.
And if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. Until next time.
See you when you get here.